Clear. Welcome everyone. As you guys know, I'm Roger, and I have a little special guest today with us. Popped in. This is Deane Phillips from New Zealand.
Special's probably the operative word.
Yeah, he came a little bit early. Deane is heading to Sun and Fun. Going to be down there for a while, and we'll discuss more later. But he stopped. Never been to Zenith Factory, and so we thought we'd go up flying today in the 701.
Why not? Be rude not to, wouldn't it? It's very unusual being on this side of the aircraft.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I like being on this side too. So. It's more comfortable. I can fly to either side just like you, but I feel much more comfortable what you're used to doing.
Well, it becomes part of your body, doesn't it?
Right.
Sort of.
Yeah. Mexico, traffic, Springwell 6128 Quebec is going to be back taxiing 418 Mexico.
So it's almost like your own private little airfield, really, isn't it?
Memorial Airport. Automated weather.
We'll see what the winds are.
1626 Zulu. Weather. Wind 180 at 14. Visibility 10. Clear below.
Just like you said, light little breeze.
Yeah. 180 at 14.
Yep.
Yeah, if you're worried about winds, you'd never fly.
That's exactly. You got to build up to it and then go from there. Now we're waiting for, we got the Rotax 912S in at 100 horse. We're waiting for the oil teams to come up. It takes a little bit of time. So we'll talk about, this is a 701 I built in 1998.
Yeah, it's
and actually today's a very special day because I actually knew it was in March when I did the first flight. And today is the actual first day I did, or March 29th, I did the first flight 26 years ago.
That's incredible. 26 years to the day and I get to be the passenger.
I mean, it's one thing, 26-year-old airplane, I didn't know I'd still be at Zenith 26 years later, you know?
Part of the furniture.
Yeah, so, yeah, it's, you know, I remember, you know, building the 701, I was on the weekends at nights, coming out here every night and weekend and building the airplane, and then got it, did the first flight, flew a week and a half, get the 40 hours flown off, and headed to Sun and Fun, so yeah, it's a very special time.
Incredible, and to see how far the 701's come since then. Yes. With the new model coming in and the match hole drilled, and much easier process to be building one soon than what it was when you did it, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. Now we're going to run it up, the Rotax, you run it up to 4,000, check each condition. Very little drop on it. And then we have the new manual flap lever down here. You guys can't see it, but it was developed by Robert Cube, which was built Christopher Desmond's 701, which is the famous Lizard airplane.
That's great.
We adopted, we got permission to use the new flap lever in the 701, and I like to, you know, put one notch of flaps or two notch, and it's not to take off shorter. What I like about it is when you lift off, it just really, it feels really solid at that point.
Yeah.
It's not to lift off short.
No.
And then landing, I definitely like to use it because it does lower the nose and decreases the approach speed too. And we do have the BGs on the elevator.
Yep. I think that's a must.
Yeah, I do too.
That's a minimum. Yep.
Controls clear and free. All right, yeah, water temperature is 180. We got fuel, I put fuel in. What I like to do, and I know you're not a newbie to 701s, but I always explain everything as I'm doing a demo flight.
Don't change anything just for me.
So what I like to do is I like to have the stick back not all the way, not neutral, about 3/4.
3/4 of the way.
And then I add brakes, power, and then I lift off, and then, you know, I adjust the stick from then on.
Yep.
So we add brakes, and you don't need full power to take off as you
No, even with a big boy like me, you know.
Yep.
Nose up already.
Look at there. We're lifting off nose, and that's why you don't need it as a tail dragger.
No.
Now, the reason it took a little longer, I do have a heavy passenger today, right?
What are you saying? Us Kiwi boys are built different.
Yep. the 701 is just a great flying airplane. You know, we're probably at this altitude, 15, 20 knots.
Yep.
Very stable, hands off.
Yep.
I like the center stick. A lot of customers like to go with a dual stick, but I don't.
I love the center stick.
Yep.
Yep. And on a long journey, I use it as an armrest.
Yep, exactly like that.
Yep, exactly right.
We'll just head out here and do some turns, just fly around and discuss. So today we're flying the 701 I've had for 26 years. We're in development of the new 701 matched hull, which really will change the market for Zenith aircraft. We're got the fuselage completely built, and we're working on the wings. Should have the wings done in another 30 to 60 days.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I was just looking at the hours here. 2,216 hours.
2,200 hours, wow.
2,200 hours.
Deano, you got to remember that 2,200 hours are all 15, 20-minute flights.
Yeah.
So times that by takeoff and landing, you know.
Yeah.
And we do have a new gear on here. It's not because I damaged the old gear. It's because we've got the new 701, we're putting a different gear, and then we're doing testing on it.
Yeah.
So when I took off the old gear, I actually measured it and put it up against the brand new gears, and it has not tweaked one bit in 2,200 hours.
I'd be lying if I said my gear was like that. No, I have to take mine off every now and then and tweak it just to get it back in.
Right. And the 701 is so nice, you can do nice steep turns.
Oh, yeah.
Look over the wing, do some...
They're just a different plane altogether. The visibility is one thing. When I take people flying in a 701, they feel like they're almost flying outside because of the visibility that you've got.
Right.
The ability to basically be able to turn on a dime. Someone says, "Oh, what was that?" You just roll the plane over and turn around it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to maintain the new 701 with all the nice sharp edges on the trailing edge.
Yep.
I really push for that.
You don't want to change too much about the 701 the way it is. There's obviously a few tweaks that you can make it a little bit better.
Right.
And obviously the match hole drilled and being able to build it fast. And have just not too much in the way of engineering skills to be able to build it. It's what I term as a very easy meccano set.
Right. Now, a lot of people don't realize that you're going down to Florida here tomorrow.
Yep.
And you're going to be with Jan and Viking, and you're going to actually assemble a new match-hold 701 fuselage.
Apparently, I've been told.
So we'll either be friends by the end of next week or enemy.
Yeah, Jan kindly informed me that he's expecting me to Clico the new 701 together, and I think also he wants to test fit his new package that he's putting together with the 140 turbo.
Okay.
A whole firewall forward package, basically, including engine mount, everything like that, just basically bolt on. So the next week's going to be a lot of fun down in Florida, preparing for sun and fun and to get all that together. So, yeah.
Right. So yeah, if anybody's heading to Sun and Fun, definitely come by the Zenith booth or Viking booth to see Deano, and he'd be willing to discuss anything about the 701 and the performance and his techniques on getting in and out of short strips. I know, all of us, we got our own little techniques, and Deano definitely does for sure.
Yeah, it's everyone gets used to their own plane, and I find every plane flies slightly different.
It does.
Yeah. And it's all about time in the seat.
Yes. And so the new 701, I pushed the rudder pedals and made me think of something. The new 701's going to have the new puck system. I know, a lot of you 701 guys use the Viking Spring.
Yep. Yeah, I use the Spring.
We're adding the puck system to the 701 now. And then what else are any other plans in New Zealand? Anything,
Well, we've got I've got a customer in New Zealand who's just purchased the first Super Duty coming into New Zealand.
Okay.
So it's being manufactured at the moment at your factory, obviously.
Okay, excellent.
And so he's looking forward to that and going to build that. And he's going to put the Viking 175 on it. Yep. So that'll be exciting. The very first Super Duty in New Zealand.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Super Duty, in my opinion, is a very, very well-designed airplane.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a really nice airplane. We'll only go in and do a couple landings, and then
sure.
Yeah, some of us got to get back to work, right?
I'll give you permission to take the rest of the day off.
Okay. So when I fly the 701, I like to stay really close to the pattern.
Yep.
And basically when when beam the numbers, bring back power, reduce the airspeed, get a little flaps in, and start my base to final. You can slip it high, all that.
Yeah.
But you can lose that altitude without getting all crazy.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about losing altitude.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks cool doing all that, but you can do it with make it really nice too.
Yeah. And that's the thing is that the 701 is designed for that.
Yep.
You can lose altitude fast, get over obstacles, get on the ground.
And Mexico traffic, Spurley is on the left now, 1418 Mexico. And we'll bring back power. And then we'll put 1 notch, probably 2 notches of flaps. Let's go ahead and put 2. And then we start our descent right after that. And like Deano and I was discussing earlier, when you get to this point, you're really not looking at airspeed, you're just going by feel.
Yeah.
It's not conventional way you've been trained and everything. You're always wanting the, airspeed, base, final, and all that.
Yeah,
at this point, this airplane, you just feel it.
Yeah, people ask you what speed are you coming over the numbers at, and it's like you don't really know.
Yeah.
You feel it, and that's when I get a lot of guys like Justin Tisdale. He's doing really well at the moment in the 750. Now he's starting to get used to his plane, and I guarantee you he's not looking at his numbers.
No.
He's feeling the plane.
Yeah.
It becomes an extension of your body.
Yeah, and I haven't trimmed it. I don't trim it. It's not that heavy.
I've never touched my trim.
Yeah, so, we're pretending like we got a little obstacle here.
Yep.
Clear the obstacle. When we get down close to the runway, we'll kind of level it off, bring the nose up, add a little bit of power, and work the rudder. I just like working the rudder. I'm just used to it.
Stir the porridge.
A little high angle of attack here. Just play with the rudder. Feel it down. If you're on a back grass strip, you don't know how it is. Just feel it. Keep the nose up. Keep the power in.
Lovely. Kiss the ground.
Yep, and then just go around. You didn't like it. You're still moving, so you don't get sucked into that mud.
You keep that nose up. That's what I love about it, especially in the back country when you're out on the riverbeds and you've got shingle and stones and obstacles. Keeping that nose up protects your propeller.
Yep.
Here we go. After all these years, I finally made it to Mexico Memorial.
Yeah, I think this is our first time flying.
It is.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have a lot of cool places to land. Just nice flat area. We don't have any beaches.
Still a smile on my face.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, you get a Zenith STOL.
Now we do go down and land on the river every now and then, but that's pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
Pretty good sandbars.
What's all the purple flowers?
That's actually a weed.
Yep.
It's called hempbit. It's just a weed growing up, and they just haven't done the field yet.
Yeah. So even though we've got quite a bit of sort of turbulent wind at the moment, the 701 is, it's a very stable platform.
Yeah, you just let it do what it wants to do. And
if you try and fight it, you can make it uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, it actually makes it worse.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
And I never really use full power. There's no reason.
There's no need to. Even with a big boy like me. And
I think I had the 80 horse on here, and it worked great. But when I put the 100, I would never go back. And I've got about 1,500 hours on this engine.
Yeah, it's incredible. I have just started putting, I've done for a couple of friends, put the big bore kits on the 100.
Oh, I'd love to do that,
Yeah, I've used the zipper kit and the Edge Performance kit.
Okay.
So they're virtually identical, the same thing, they do the same thing. But that little bit of extra horsepower without sacrificing weight is a fantastic thing.
Right.
Obviously, I'm a big fan of my Viking engine.
Yeah, no, that works great.
Yeah, and like I said, Chuck had the Rotax at the start too, and it was a great plane.
Yeah.
Go traffic, this is Cessna 182 Golf Papa Delta Delta, 22 miles to the east at 6,000, we're inbound, planning runway 18, expecting the field in 10 minutes, Mexico.
22 miles out, 6,000 feet, doing a radio call.
Yep.
Love it. Mexico traffic, Spurble 6128 Quebec, short final 18 Mexico.
That's what we get them calling long finals, and they're like 15 miles out.
we'll just do another landing and then, yeah, call it, yeah.
Every day you get to fly is a bloody wonderful day.
Woo, look at theirs. Yeah, they try to fly with the numbers. And you
Yeah. 701 is its own special beast.
Yeah, and look, I landed on the center line.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the 701 is fun. It's I'm kind of excited to build a new 701 and then
as John Mazzulli, I haven't seen him for a few years, but a good friend of mine, 701 he calls it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, you definitely have a Zenith smile when you're flying.
Oh yeah,
the
I
701.
even still do. See. Yeah, Mexico traffic terminal is clear for runway 18 Mexico.
That's probably why you've been working here so long.
Yeah, it's fun. I love dealing with the customers. Everything's different every day, and yeah,
you get to meet crazy guys like me.
Oh yeah, exactly. Next week we're heading to Florida.
Spring break for pilots.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't make it last year, but this year I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah, we should have planned it. You could have flown down with me,
Yeah, unfortunately I would have loved to have done that, but coming from the other side of the world, you can only fit so much in. But it's definitely something I want to plan in the coming future is come up here and we'll fly together down to Sun and Fun. It'll be amazing. Yeah, I'm looking forward to having a play with the new 701 kit.